kind of share a little bit about me and who I am, and just kind of a little bit about my story. So, pretty cool. Grew up in Florida. Raised pretty much down there. Born in St. Pete, Tampa area, and spent the first 30 years of my life as a Floridian. And but most importantly, had an experience in July of 1989 at a youth summer camp where I really understood who I was and really what my purpose in life was. And that really kind of started to change and to dictate really my steps at that point. And from that moment on, I kind of knew I had a purpose ahead of me. I had something that I really wanted to do with my life. And so that's when it began, really, for me. Really just my drive and my passion. I think my personality changed. I think my confidence changed in who I was. Became not necessarily a quiet person anymore, shy, to really somebody who just was willing to talk and willing to have conversations, and just really not scared to be who I was and who I was becoming. And so I think that to me, again, was really just the beginning. It was a catalyst for something new. So, it was really what I would consider, what I would call like a conversion experience. And I grew up in a Christian home, and I've been around Christian values and Christian principles and godly parents. But it was really that time where I really understood exactly what that meant, what it meant to really become a follower of Christ. So it began. I knew that I was supposed to serve the Lord with my life. I didn't really understand exactly what that meant. I kind of figured it was youth ministry. I figured that was basically, that's what you do, right? As a young man, as a kid, that's what you're surrounded by. And up at that point, student ministry was a place where it was like, yeah, I could do this. I could be the fun and games guy, talk about Jesus and all that kind of stuff, So I was like, yeah, that's cool. I can do that. And so I really started to drive towards that as really kind of my passion and my desire. And obviously I quickly realized it was not about fun and games. It wasn't just about having a good time all the time. There was a lot more to it than that. It's about building meaningful relationship. It was about discipleship. It was about leading other students, leading youth, and teaching them the principles of what it meant to be a godly person, someone who pursued Christ with their life. So obviously a lot of things, transpired through those years. I didn't do great in college. I really struggled to get my degree early on. And so I started working. I started doing what I knew I could do, using my hands. Started cutting grass and landscaping early on. And took a youth ministry position right after Paige and I got married in 1996. And started working with students at a church in Land Lakes, Florida. And on a bivocational basis, I was still cutting grass, and that was really our mainstay. And then I gave that up pretty quick, basically just to kind of go, you know what, I want to serve in full-time ministry. So it was not long after that I gave up the business and went to work for the church, making literally rice and beans, which is okay. So it's been quite an experience, to say the least, as I've begun this journey in ministry. So maybe I'll share a little more about all the experiences in between. But really that was the catalyst for me at the time, was just beginning that process of what student ministry was. So for years now, I've had a platform of sharing and discipling and having a lot of one-on-one with people, and recently that's changed pretty dramatically. I stepped down from my role as a bivocational minister at a church I was serving at here in Nashville for exactly 10 years. We started in July of 2013, and I resigned in July of 2023. So had a great experience, nothing bad. It was time for me to move on. It was time for me to make a change. So I've always had this passion to do home repairs for elderly, disabled, and veterans. and through this journey of ministry and student ministry and all the different things that I've experienced here in this ministry world, I've always had these opportunities to do construction type projects and things like that. So that's really been our primary income for the last 10 years here in Nashville. But I still have always had this passion to help people through these things, through these repairs, and through these needs that people have in their homes. So that's the journey I'm currently on. I'm in this place basically where I'm just kind of I'm living life. Turned 50 this month, actually, just in a few days. So big change as far as age goes. So why not big change all across the board? So step back out on my own first this year. As A-List is my primary business. Just doing renovations and home repairs, bathrooms, kitchens, things like that. So a lot of decks. So yeah, it's cool. It's different. It's a variety. But I think the unique part about this is I'm looking for an outlet. I'm looking for a place. We haven't found a church home yet. I think it's time for us to step out and to get somewhere like literally right in the community where we're living. And so that's the journey we're on. We're on that pursuit. We're looking for a church home where we can be there for a while, be a part of whatever's happening, and be on the receiving end of discipleship for a change. But through that, I still have this desire. I still have this need to disciple. It's what God has called me to do. I want to take a break from that. So, I figure, hey, here's a platform. Here's something that maybe, just maybe, somebody cares enough or needs someone to have a conversation with about life, whatever that is. No bones about it, man. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm doing the best I can. I'm far from perfect. I'm a human being. But my desire is to serve Him. My desire is to bring glory to God. And I'm going to try really hard to do the best I can through that. And again, I'm far from perfect. And man, this is a journey. Taking steps every day. But again, just really trying to make the most of those steps and do the best that I possibly can to be a good person and to be somebody who is honoring God and loving Him and loving others well because of the love that I've experienced through Him. So man, in a nutshell, that's me.